Hello and welcome back to another video on this channel. This is another day in the 1 month game dev challenge. And today I want to add some bullet shooting. Offline I did some changes. For example, I introduced some muzzle flash for the weapon. And as you see, a shooting animation. But that's it. So let's jump right into it. We want to create a bullet that is shooting towards the way we're looking, and maybe want to also update the character rotation on where we are looking. So let's not waste any time and dive right into it. I think we start with just creating the bullet. I just have a game object here, call it bullet, and I also want to do it with just a cube. I think it's totally fine to have it just as a cube and have it pretty small. So let's get it here. So we can just delete this one and have our bullet in here. And for that, I already can create a line renderer, but more of that we'll discuss later. Let's make a prefab fab out of it as a bullet, nice. And then we might already want to shoot the bullet in the correct direction and have the line renderer draw some lines where the shooting is at. What's this? Strange. Good. So we maybe also want to check that the camera is facing the right direction. Or the player is facing the right direction. I think it's better to call it this way. And for this, we'll jump into the movement script, handle movement, and have the direction here. And I think that we can maybe export this or encapsulate this and just use it for another function. So let's export this and call it float angle get correct player rotation. I hope it's correct, so I just can say get player or calculate. It's better, calculate player position. I'm sorry, rotation. And then I think we already can use this function. Private float calcula. Just want to copy this. So here we go. And then just return the angle. Nice. So, and if the movement is not 0, then we rotate the player in the direction the player moves. And with the camera, yes, and then I think if the move position is not provided, so if the move input is 0, then we just rotate the player to the y-axis the camera is facing. And let's see if this is working. There we go. There we go. We might want to add this to the fixed update, but I think it is already in the fixed update because you see a lot of jittering here. But it's not that bad. I think there are bigger problems, so we just go ahead, I would say. As you see, we have the bullet shooting implemented with a cool muzzle flash, which is done with a, I can show it to you real quick. which is done with the particle system. So it is just firing some pixels in the correct direction where the player is facing. And yeah, that's it. Honestly, it automatically destroys itself at the stop action. So our scene hierarchy here is cleaned up as soon as the animation, the particle animation is done or has finished. So we now want to spawn the bullet, and I think it's pretty good to implement something like pooling. So we might want to create a prefab pool in the prefab manager. So let's do that real quick. Header. This is for the bullets, because maybe we want to have a couple more of these bullets and have the private game object. Or do we want to have the world bullets here? We'll see what we get, and we want to have a list of it, and then world bullet pool, and this is a new list. And then we have here something like, I don't know, public world bullet get bullet from pool, and then we get a random bullet that is let's get the first bullet that is not active. So does that make sense? I don't know, let's try. So we want to get the world bullet pool, and we want to select everyone where this is active and enabled is false, and we want to get the first one. Is this possible? The type boolean cannot be converted to it's a where, I'm sorry, not a select. So this should give us a bunch of bullets, but I think it's smarter to have a bullet manager instead of set this in the prefab manager, because I think this is more, it's more, what do you say? It's more cleaned up bullet manager. So we have this one here. Let's just copy like everything from the prefab manager before. Here you go, there's the prefab. And I also want to have a serialized field to say how much bullets I want to have in this pool. Bullet count, or bullet amount is better. And then in the start function, we say, okay, for int I equals 0, but I is smaller than the bullet amount. Therefore, we want to instantiate the world bullets. This is the prefab. This should be a game object, in my opinion. World bullet prefab. And this is just one. It's just one, not a list. And then we can easily instantiate this. It is totally Wayne where this is spawned at, but it's super important to add this to the pool. Bullet pool dot add, and then we want to get our script from there, our component, the world bullet, and then I think we're okay with that. So we're spawning like I think the default should be 10 bullets and have it in our pool, and then we want to get the first bullet from the pool which is not active and enabled. This is kind of interesting because then we can have it a bit more performant than instantiate the bullet every time. And then when we shoot, we can say, hey, initialize please, and then have the object getting set to active. I think it's the correct way, maybe. So let's just find it out. So let's also have another function calling it spawn bullet, and we want to have the world position. Sorry, 3 pause, and we also want to have the direction. So also maybe we want to add the force, but yeah, we do it another time, I think. So we get the private, we get the world bullet, and then we want to say bullet dot initialized with the position and direction, and create this function also. My God, it's correct, I hope so. And with this, we now can say that we can work further with. So bullet.gameObject.setActiveTrue. And with this pooling, now we're getting a bit closer to where we want to get to. So the world bullet should also have a rigid body. So let's add this to the prefab. Rigid body. And then we want to say, okay, the rigid body we get from our component. And then we just want to say rigid body, add force, and this is the direction times, I think this is the force strength, I would say like 10 just to test it, and the mode is impulse. So we get this force one time, and that's it. So we now want to have the move position to the position we get, and I think that's it already. The other stuff like on trigger, enter, and stuff like that, we can add later. Oh no, let's do it now, because it's super simple. Because we just want to say, okay, if it hit anything, then we'll maybe want to see if it is a if it is some object we can hit, like an eye hittable. Out eye hittable. Then we just say hittable dot hit, and yeah, maybe we want to also get the weapon or the damage strength, but I just, for testing purposes, yeah, we'll enter some default values to do get damage from weapon, for example. And in any other case, or if this is done, we just want to set this game object to false. And that's it. So let's see if this is working. We just want to spawn the bullet where did we have it? Ah, yeah, in the weapon controller. So we just want to shoot the bullet or spawn the bullet from where exactly? We want to have it from the current world weapon at the muzzle flash position. And the direction should be the direction from the raycast. So this is it. Manager. And then we need to, we want to create some kind of, we want to have some kind of singleton for that. So let's have it this way as a bullet manager. And this could already work. As always, we just trying things out and hope that this is working. I think we're at day 6 for our Battle Royale game. Could be possible that this will be a success or not, because the whole network stuff is also missing. But I'm pretty sure that we're getting things done, and I think this is pretty important to have a good feeling about it. So let's test it and not waste any time with talking about the future. So let's see if this is working. You see the bullets are spawned. Maybe I want to have a parent object to have it nicely organized. And then I want to get the weapon. And let's see if this is working. Okay. I think it is working indeed, but I want to make sure that it hit the right things. So if this is hitting some kind of player stuff, then it should not do anything. Like if other dot tag is equals to player, something like that, then we just want to return. Of course, we can add some other stuff to it and have a layer mask for that, but I think this is enough. Or maybe it is better to just have a layer tag. Come on, we just added layer tag. Layer. This is user layer 3. So with the user layer 3, we just say if other includes layers is 3. Okay, my bad. that was a noob mistake, because it's a collider, obviously not a transform. So we want, or a game object. So we want to get the layer from the game object. My bad. I'm sorry. I hope this is working right now. I did not test it. but I think it is pretty pretty important to show you all the failures and all the stuff that is working in this challenge, because this challenge should not be fake. It should really work. Yeah, so as you see, yeah, this is pretty important. So and I might want to directly disable these. So bullet game object set active to false, and then we want to have another try. Oh, and we might want to update our 10 bullets in the pool to like 50 or something like that. So let's see if this is working. So this is working, obviously. Nice. So we got that, but you also see that this is too fast for some physics stuff. So I think this collision will never execute. So we need to think about another way how it is possible, another way. But I just want to reduce the strength and see how far we come with that, because we can manage a really good load on that here. So yeah, let's see if this is working when we adjust this this strength, so the force isn't that hard. So then we want to see, so the bullet still has a good amount of impact. We also want to make sure that maybe we want to not have it as trigger here, but as on collision. How it's called on collision? Oh god. On collision enter. Yeah, right. And then we just copy this here and have the collision as game object here. So and then we just need to create or set the bullet to is trigger off, and then we might have a working example. Would be great. And also we might want to adjust the mass of it. So let's have a look if this is looking better. But nevertheless, if it's looking better or not, I will just want to create some line renderers, because I think it's pretty important to see where the bullets are coming from. So let's have it this way. The color is, I think, should be black, or I think white is okay too, but then we need to reduce the alpha a bit, like 25 or something like that. And same for this here. And also we want to check if the material is fitting, because it is not. I think the default line is okay. And then do we have it active here? Nice. Then let's see if this is working for our super cool bullet system. But it's not, obviously, because it is okay, because it is falling to the ground, because the strength is too low. Let's see if, well, let's just make the testing where it is. There it is. The testing. Oh my god, where I am. There we go. Here. The testing for strength. Now I got it. Oh my god. Yeah. Strength, and then we can test it a bit better. So there you go. And let's just have a look what we did before. Okay, we say if the collision is on game object with layer 3, which is the player 0, 1, 2, 3, then it is okay. But with anything else, with all default stuff, the player or the bullet should be destroyed. Oh no. Oh no. I did a mistake here. Now it gets destroyed. But I need to reload the scene again. So with this, we get hopefully the result we want, so that the bullet is getting destroyed as far it hits anything, the ground or the tree or anything like that, and a line is getting drawn to the screen. I think we have to check it. Okay, this is not working. So the what I mean is the bullet stuff, the line rendering stuff. I do not know why this is working sometimes, and sometimes it does not work. But you see, some of these bullets have fallen through the ground, and yeah, you will never see them again, I think. That's why I think the strength is a bit too much. So let's have a check if it is better with 5. So the direction where the player is facing is not the direction where the bullet is getting shooted, and this is a bit sad, to be honest. But I think we'll fix that off screen. So with each initialization, we want to reset the position, reset the velocity, and add the force to it. We want to make sure that the set active for the game object is getting executed. In every case, anything gets collided with except for the player layer. And in our bullet manager, we want to make sure that we want to get the direction of the hit point or the target point we get. And with this, we maybe also want to increase the strength of the force, maybe 20 or 25. And let's have a look if this is working as intended. And I think it should be. Let's see if we take a gun. And then let's see if this is working. Yeah, it is all the time on the same spot. Of course, we now need to adjust the force strength. But as you see, if I have a smaller radius here, for example, this is working as intended. Nice. We also want to maybe move the gun towards the right rotation. But I think it's fine for now. And let's see if this is working with 400 with bigger numbers. And then there you go. There you see this is working. So I exchanged the line renderer with the trail renderer. This was my fault. I'm so sorry. Of course, you need a trail renderer, not a line renderer. But there you go. We have it now. And there you go with our trail. And then I think we can reduce the alpha size or alpha here and also have just the 50 as a start alpha. And then we can just check if this is working. Yeah, now this looks so much better. Of course, we want not to have it that long, this trail. We want to just have it like half of a second. But now it is finally working. Oh God. This was pretty torture because I really thought, okay, why is this not working? But yeah, honestly, it's totally understandable that when I use the line renderer instead of the trail renderer, it does not work. Okay, nevertheless, let's just see where our trail starts in the size. Let's see with 22% of it. Yeah, kind of looking good. Maybe a bit less. I think 10% are okay. So let's have the 0.1 here. Okay, it's fine. And then have the other one just right, ending up right here. Nice. And then we also can remove the lighting probes. We also do not need. I think this can be closed again. Maybe also want to reduce the time again. Yeah, so I think this is looking great, and we finally have hopefully a working example. Let's see if this is working right now. I hope so, because we're taking too long for that already. Yeah, it kinda works, but we changed the size of that or the strength to that in play mode. That's because it wasn't saved. So now let's just finally have I think a last test now, but I think it should be working right now. Yeah, now it's working. Yes, that's nice. It does not work when I shoot two in the sky because I added the raycast in our weapon controller, I guess it was. Yes, the bullet is just spawned when it hit anything, and when I shoot in the sky, nothing is hit. Of course, we could check if it hit anything, then we just use the hit point, and if not, then we just spawn or shoot in the direction of the ray. But I think we use the point like, I don't know, 50, if this is working. So that's working fine. I think I use it this way. Okay, when moving, this whole thing is a bit weird, and as you see on the left, not all bullets are getting collided with, so the bullet pool is still having some troubles getting refilled, I think. But that's a bug we can we can just use later or fix later. But before that, I want to set the bullet transform as child for this bullet manager, so that our whole scene is a bit more cleaned up. And now we just finally got the bullet that can hit anything. So the hit should not be determined by the raycast as it is now, I think. Yes, it should. We can remove that. We can just say, okay, here's the hit. Therefore, we might want to have the bullet spawned and getting initialized with some kind of metadata like damage. So we also want to pass this damage to the bullet. I think an integer it is. And then we have the private int damage. And then just use the damage here. What we also want to deliver is the transform for this source. So private transform, and then we got the source transform. Nice. So with this, we can identify who shot which bullet, and then in the later game we can just determine who shot who, and maybe have some kind of kill camera or something like that. So this is also kinda nice. So let's also have the transform here, source transform, and then we're passing the source transform, and then we have to check where the spawn bullet is. There it is, and there we have our damage as 10, I think. Oh no, we do not. We want to have the current weapon. Current weapon dot weapon damage. And as a source transform, I think it is okay to have the current transform. And also we want to get this here. And as this is the only variable that changes, we might clean it up later with an inline if, but that's not that important, I would say. So nice. We get this to work, and now we're already on a pretty long episode. I think we just add another thing, which is the canvas on the weapon that can be picked up. So we want to have some kind of pickup radius that is showing us, okay, when can this be picked up. So let's see if let's use a sphere collider, and with a radius of, I don't know, 5. I think 5 is okay, and has a trigger on it. And then we call this the world weapon pickup. And then we see if there's a on radius that there's something like, I don't know, show canvas or something like that. Therefore, we also need a canvas for that. And this is a world space canvas. And this camera is getting set by the script here. So we have a serialized script or serialized field for the canvas there. And on the wake function or start function it is, we can say canvas.camera is equal to camera main, or as we have now our camera manager, we can just use the camera there, get main camera. Which is, let me see, not set at all, but I think the third person camera is the default one. So let's have a script function, sorry, to have a camera here, and we return the third person camera. I think this is working because it's not a child of that. Ah, that's sad. So we get that. This ain't working. Okay, then we're just returning the main camera. So this is set, nice. And then yeah, we also want to initialize everything, like the name. This is the private tmpro dot text mesh pro I label name. And I think that's okay for now. Later on we want to have something like yeah, rarity of those things, but I think it is now really yeah, important to get the information we have. So the weapon, world weapon dot get weapon information dot weapon name. So that's it. Then we want to have the panel there and the text mesh pro. So the panel is just the image, which is black but has transparency on it. And then we want to have the text mesh pro. In here, and that's okay. It's the weapon name, and that's just the panel. And I think then we're good to go. Let's see if this is working. If this is looking good. No, it isn't. Just have it this way. Fine. And then we have the pickup radius here and the canvas here. So then we need to check if this canvas is on the correct place, but we can't check it if we go to the scene and just check where this is. So obviously this canvas is at a completely wrong place. So let's just have it this way and reduce the size dramatically. So this is not working. I think this is also not working as intended. Nope. So let's just scale it down. So there it is. And best thing I could do is to always look on to the player or camera in this case. So let's go back and just paste all this 0, 0, and it's 1 there. And then have the rect transform on each late update. Have the canvas look at the camera. Rotation equals look rotation from our canvas.world camera dot forward. Oh, it already is a quaternion. But it should be added 180 because it should look in the opposite direction, so to the camera. So nice, it's looking at the camera, but the wrong way. Maybe I did it the wrong way. Maybe, but we'll see. Yeah, now it's working fine. Nice. So we can pick this up. This should be this should be then not shown. But I think I'll do that vice versa in the next video. I hope you liked the video. I hope you learned something. If you liked the video, then please hit the like button. If you do not like the video, please hit the dislike button and write me in the comments what I can do different next time. And if you want to stay up to date on this 1 month game dev journey project, on this challenge, then please hit the subscribe button, and then we'll see us in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.